champion Dan Lasko of Dorchester, Massachusetts, faces the challenge of Steve Renaud of Southbridge, Massachusetts on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. My name is Don Gillis, and I'm here to remind you that this program is on videotape. We do our taping sometimes several weeks before you actually see the telecast, and we do it here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts. There's always 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling. Total pinfall determines our winner. He is rewarded with a handsome trophy from the Ace Trophy Company of Boston. The runner-up receives a slightly smaller version to indicate he was a participant. We have guaranteed prize money of $1,150. $700 goes to the winner. $300 goes to the runner-up. There's $50 available to the winner of each string. And obviously, should they tie, they would split that at $25 apiece. I have a certificate here from True Value hardware stores and home centers. That will go to, it's a $50 gift certificate. It will go to our top marksman of the day, the bowler with the most marks. Lots of other opportunities, 3 marks in a row, 3 strikes in a row, etc. I'll tell you more about that as we continue, but why don't we meet today's bowlers, shall we? Okay, Steve. Thank you, Don. What's all that noise? Is that for you? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. A couple of young guys like you know, you never know. A lot of attractive young ladies here to see you. Well, Steve, this is your first time on this show, huh? But you were on the double show and with another fairly good bowler, huh? Yeah, my father, yes. And you are the defending 1986 Massachusetts Bowling Association singles champion, huh? Yeah. And it just happens that your father did the same thing once upon a time. Yeah, he before me. That was unreal. Yeah, I guess so. What's the best you've done in the state championship? I don't know. I just bowled my first time last year. I didn't bowl too well. Well, I guess, but the way you're hot right now, right? Who knows? I'll be there. Good. And now you're going for your 6th straight, huh? 6th straight, yeah. You know what the record is. You're up there around 15, 16. That'd be nice. Okay, so that's what you're aiming at. Yeah, that's my goal. I don't blame you. Steve's going to try to knock you off, though. Hey, you know that. Hey, good luck to both of you, all right? Good luck to you. All right. We'll be back right after this. All right, leading off here is today's challenger, Steve Renaud, Southbridge, Massachusetts. Steve has a league average of 128, a high single of 187, a high triple of 471. So he begins with a 7. He's employed as an auto body repairman. He's representing the Hippodrome lanes of Southbridge. That's Tom Oster's lane. That is as for the manager. Al LaBelle is the owner. A pair of 7s. For our challenger, Steve Renaud. And up comes our defending champion, Dan Lasko. Dan, a 5-time champion, trying to make it 6 in a row today. League average 120. High single 192, high triple 486. Pretty shot for a spare. Down the slot where he had punched out the 3. His object spin obviously is still the head pin. And he winds up with an 8 box. Now Steve Renaud. You may wonder about the pronunciation, but that is the preferred family pronunciation. And so, obviously, I will acquiesce to their wishes and pronounce it as the person wants it pronounced. He will have the 1, 2, 7, and 9 with a piece of wood. He's trying to get look at it to see what he has in back. The second piece of wood, there he sees it rolling a little bit there. And he's tall enough to get up there and look down at them. Did not get it as he went a little bit too far to the left. It's an 8-box. He was hot in his 5-string roll-off. He rolled a 7-14 for 5 strings. 7-14. Now he has a little triangle over here. Not an easy one. He made it. And he breathes a sigh of relief, I'm sure, just to have his first mark up on the board. Our defending champion, Dan Lasko, who also had a 700 roll-off. He was at 709. Four horsemen plus the 8-pin, a difficult spare lead. With a tantalizing piece of wood that continues to roll over on the left-hand side. And that's where it decides to stay. So he's going to use it. Well, he used it to get the 8, which is what usually is left after you make the 4 horsemen. A 7-box. Dan is the 3rd seed right now for our $20,000 True Value Championship show, which will be on August the 29th. Thomas is still the top seed with a 446. Peter Flynn second with a 435. Then Dan Lasko with a 426. Joe Tavernese, whom he beat by this score, is 4th place with a 425. Rick Hawkallis with a 422. All right, we're going to take a check on the scoreboard now after 4 boxes of the first string. And the score right now is Lasko 38, Renaud 32 with a bonus ball to roll. Challenger Steve Renaud on the line, and remember he's working on a spare. He got himself 6 for the fill, and on the right he has the 3, 6, 10. On the left, the 7 pin. 2 pieces of wood in a kind of a V over on the left. He used the wood, but it missed the 3 pin. Just missed the head pin. He winds up with 1, 3, 7, 10. Nice shot. He's a very fast bowler, as you can see, and still able to control, even though bowling as fast as he is. Janie Cartier keeping score on that big scoreboard today, and Keith Williams keeping score beside me. And here is our defending champion, Dan Lasko. Half was to left. There's Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, sitting in that accustomed spot right at the lob line. Oh, he pulled it off after getting a half Worcester to the left. Bonus. 5. Four horsemen left side, clutch the 10-pin. Got two of them. The 1 and the 2. $9. Steve Renaud. One and two to pick up for a spare. He has it. That's his second mark. To drop. The head pin right now is what he needs for a spare. He's got it right on it. 2 in a row, and of course 3 marks in a row. Any combination of strikes or spares in the same string will establish a bonus of $50. Any subsequent consecutive mark on that same string would be worth $50 each, just as long as he can keep it going. Dan Lasko. And what's Dan going to have as the 1 goes down, rolls up against the 3. So he has 3 and 7. Oh, not quite. It's a $9. Boy, there's a tough one. He winds up with the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Got wood in front of the 4 and wood in front of the 6. He took the right side out. Now goes for the 2 on the left and settles for a 9 bar. Here's our challenger again, Steve Renaud. Got a big 9. Now he has the kingpin. The 5-pin alone for a spare. We got it. $50 in bonus money. Just a little bit too full that time on the head pin, but it's a 6 for a fill. Four, 7, 6, 10. Great try. All but the 6-pin. And that goes right now for a 10 and a 122. His league average is 128. our defending champion has a spare lead. The 3 and the 6. Oh, a roadblock. That piece of wood did not allow him to get at the 2 standing pins. There it is for a 10. That puts him at 90. He's had just 2 marks, and the fills have been 3 and 5. He's looking for the big hit, but the pins aren't falling the way he wants them to. He's got 5, 9, and 10 with wood across the 5. And he'll be trying to sweep everything from left to right. Nope, didn't work. So he will not break 100, it would appear, unless he gets a very... Nope, he did not. He needed a real exceptional bounce. So a 98 and a 24-pin lead for today's challenger, Steve Renaud of Southbridge, Massachusetts, making his first appearance. The score after 1, Renaud 122, Lasko 98. Middle string and our defending champion leads it off. Once again, it is Dan Lasko. He has won 5 in a row. And he thought for a moment he might have a strike, but he winds up with 2 pins still standing, and they are pretty far apart. The 6 pin and the 7 pin. Wood in front of that 6 pin. He'll be trying to figure a way that he can move it across, studying it. Now he's made his decision. Here he goes. Well, the 6 pin went straight into the pit, and so did the piece of wood. It's a 10 box. Lasko again, missing the head pin, and he's getting some results as some pins fell down, and he winds up with the 1, 6, 9, and 10. Wood rolling over on the left. Nope, he hit that one, and the amazing thing is that the pin actually flew right between the 6 and the 9 and didn't knock down anything. It looked like it was a perfect hit. He had to hit the left side of that number 1 and kick it off to the right. He did that. Good shot. Pair of 10. Steve Renaud. He gets everything but the head pin. Now, if you notice that, I mentioned this in a previous program. Where do I see what Steve does here? Oh, he's got a strike. I mentioned to you, I mentioned on a previous program, you noticed that after Steve delivered the ball, that piece of wood that had apparently had stopped began to move again. So as the camera flicked down towards the pit where they were, you could see that the wood was moving. However, when he delivered it, it had stopped. And Rule 12 of Candlepin Bowling is very clear in it. I'll wait to see, first of all, here, Dan Lasko gets his mark, and then I'll read Rule 12 to you. He got it. Okay, it's a mark. Rule 12, moving wood. A bowler must wait until all wood is halted motion under penalty of foul. And the foul would be that the pins fell by the ball shall not count. However, if the wood has apparently stopped rolling and then starts rolling again while the player is in the act of delivering the ball or while his ball is in motion, there will be no penalty. Okay? Thanks. 4 horsemen, right side. That's what Dan Lasko is working on. And, he just missed the head pin. So the best he can do there is a 10. It's an eye. All right, Steve Renaud coming up. He's working on a strike. That's the first bonus ball. He still has another. 4 horsemen left side, plus the 10 pin and a piece of wood up against that 10. Here he goes. Now he knew as soon as he was going down there he was going to be a little too far to the right of that number 1, so he got the 1 and 2. That was it. 7 is the fill. 8 in the box. Here's an odd one. He has basically the diamond plus the 7 and 10. It's the 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. And he got everything except the 7. And it's a 10. In case you just joined us, Steve Renaud rolled a 122 to Dan Lasko's 98 in the first string. Here, after 4 boxes of the second string, they are tied at 45. Our defending champion, Dan Lasko, on the line, bowling in the 5th box of the middle string as we come to the halfway point. Boy, right down the middle, and the 5 is still there, but he has punched out the 1, 9, and 1, 8, and 9. So he has spread eagle plus the 5. Oh, he almost got himself a backdoor spare. It's denied. Everything but the 7. Right at this moment, he's got a piece of wood that he would like to have stay away from that 7 pin. It's perpendicular to it, and he hasn't quite decided what he wants to do. But he would like it to be far enough away so he could get a clean shot at that 7, rather than have it divert the ball into the gutter while it goes to the right and the 7 remains standing. Let's see if he can hit the end of it or do something. Nope, that's what happened. It was a roadblock. As we indicated, the ball was diverted to the left and the piece of wood went to the right, and the 7 did not go down. Now there's another piece of wood there. And the same thing. In both cases, the roadblock prevented him from getting at the 7. Let's see what Steve can do against a pair of 9s. We got a break there as the 6 and 10 went down. Now he has 2 and 4. That's what he'll try to convert. Got the 2, but not the 4. stay tied in this string. Tied at 54 right now. One, two, 7, and 8 with wood between the 4-pin, the 2-pin and the 7 and 8. Head pin still there. A 1-pin lead in this string for our challenger. And now our defending champion, Dan Lasko, with 5 consecutive victories. Oh, he wants that to go. Yes, it did. The 7 went down, so now he's left with 5, 8, 9. And wood between the 5 and the 8, which will help because this can be a tricky little triangle, as you know. And the wood did it. It was the wood that knocked down that 8-pin. So spare in the 7. Seven more, and 3 pins over on the right to try to convert for another spare. 3, 6, and 10. He punched out the middle of that because he did not get what he certainly was hoping for, which was 2 marks in a row. A 10. So far, this young man, Steve Renaud, has the only bonus money by winning the first string, $50, and by putting together marks in the 7th, 8th, and 9th of that first string. All right, now he has 1, 2, 4. He keeps missing that head pin on spare leaves, and yet if he needs it as a single, he can get it. Like that. He missed the head pin again that time. He scrambles them. He got everything except the 7. A 10. One of the most unusual things about our True Value Championship show right now, as it stands for August 29th, is that the top 3, of which Dan Lasko is the 3rd, are winners, and the 4th and 5th place are losers. They actually lost on our show. They were the highest losing scores we've ever had. Joe Tavernese with his 425 and Rich Hawk-Hallis with his 422. But we do not say, when we're talking about the 5 bowlers who have won, we say the 5 bowlers with the highest 3-string total since our last match. Since our last championship show, I should say. The 5 and the 8 to convert for a spare for Dan Lasko. He did. At 109. His league average is 120. Give him 6 more, 115. so he has failed in the first two strings to roll his average. Now let's see whether Steve Renaud can come back to win this second string as he did the first. We have to wait and see. Just missed the strike. There's the 5-pin, the kingpin. Yes. Right on the nose. It's a strike. A delayed strike, but nevertheless a strike. He's at 114. He needs 2 pins to win this second string. And the $50 that goes with it. That's the first one. He got just 3. It wins him the string, though. Seven more. 121. And that's good enough for another $50 in bonus money. Our bowlers taking a look at the scoreboard. The 121 against the 115 adds to Steve Renaud's lead. So at the end now of 2, he's ahead 243 to 213. Now leading off the third string, today's challenger, Steve Renaud. Steve also leading in the match by 30 pins right now. Fred Eagle as he punches out 1, 5, 8, and 9. It's an 8. Next week's challenger will come from the western part of the state. From you folks watching the Springfield area, we'll see one of your favorites and one of the best Candlepin bowlers around. John Miller of Chicopee will be our challenger. Yes. All right, Dan Lasko, who rolled a 401 his first week, a 426 his second week, a 421 his third week, a 354 his fourth win, and a 410 last week, on the line now and facing a 30-pin deficit as he comes into the third string. All right, 2 pins over on the right, the 6 and the 10. Got just one of them. Too bad. $1,350, $1,350 in our high-low jackpot. That close, 1 pin away from a strike. One pin to pick up for the spare. Our home viewer jackpot is at $50. And since we had a winner last week, let's watch now. Is he going to get it? Oh! Too bad. That's a 9 box. The jackpot barrel has been emptied out. There are fewer cards in there. So, Steve Renaud is getting another lot of wood in front of the 10 pin. Anyway, the chances are that much better as we draw the cards out there. He has another. A spare again. Oh, he got a break. He actually came in there on full on the head pin. Looked like he was going to have a spread eagle. And then they started crumbling, and he has 3 pins left on the left-hand side. And he gets those, so he has 3 marks in a row and another $50 in bonus money. So Steve Renaud, today's challenger, jumps up now to $200 in bonus money. And here's Dan Lasko. Dan just missed a strike again. He's 3 times now had a single pin. This time he does not let it get away. It's going to be 7. For a moment I thought he was going to get more. 1-2-8 with 2 pieces of wood. One of them right up against that 2 pin. The other behind it. He made it, and he has 2 marks in a row. Now Steve Renaud comes up. Steve is alive now so that every mark following those 3 would be worth $50, as long as he can make them consecutive. 5 is the fill. He's got the diamond plus the 7. He made it! 4 in a row! $250 in bonus money. But it's going to be tough to convert this one because it's the 4-pin with wood across it and the 10-pin. So all he could do was try. So the bonus streak stops there. Now let's see whether Dan Lasko can put together 3 in a row and pick up some bonus money. He got a big 9, and now he has the 7-pin, and fortunately this time there is no piece of wood to act as a roadblock. Yes, he made it. So he has 3 in a row, and for Dan Lasko, that's his first bonus money today, although last week he had $400 worth. That's the fill. And he's at the point, obviously, where every mark, consecutive mark now, is worth $50. And he gets it. So he has 4 in a row. So they both have heated up here in the 3rd string. Challenger, Steve Renaud. And that would have hurt a lot more if it was a fill on a spare, obviously. Just 2 pins punched out of there. An 8 box. Let's see now whether Dan Lasko can keep it going. He has 4 marks in a row. $100 in bonus money. That hurt. Just 3 if you got the 1, 5, and 9. to 7. It will be very difficult for Dan Lasko to catch Steve Renaud right now. He's opposite a strike in this spot. So he has matched it with a strike. However, Steve Renaud has a 33-pin lead. And 8 still there. Yes, there. $124 already. So close to a strike. $133. $143. He cannot hit 400. $50 more in bonus money. $300, and if he wins the string, it's another 50. Dan Lasko gets himself 7 with the first. Two, 4, and 7. Oh, too bad. $119. There's the first strike. He needs 3 of them to top Steve Renaud. At least 2. And then a 9. That is in this string, only in this string, not in the match. He's got 2 of them, all right. But the most important thing we all know is that 3 strikes in a row is an additional bonus of $1,000. Here he goes! Wait a minute! No! Everything except number 1 did not fall, and that's how far away $1,000 was. $148. I said he had to have double strike and a 9 in order to win the string, and that's what he did. But what he really wanted was that other pin to drop. All right, final score. Steve Renaud, our new champion, 390. Dan Lasko, 361. $50 we have in here, and not too many cards, so your chances are that much better. And with it being 751 as the total, that's a pretty good number. We might even have another winner today, but regardless of whether anybody is even close to that, look what they're going to walk away with anyway.
A Regina electric broom. No more vacuuming. From now on, it's the Regina electric broom. The lightweight, easy way to make cleaning a breeze. Regina electric broom makes the perfect gift. And Chaz cologne for men. Fine men's fragrance. Almost as interesting as the men who wear it. A great gift for the man you're interested in. Chaz from Revlon. And Ames garden shears. The Ames Eagle Anvil style shear is the ideal pruning tool. Lightweight design, comfortable vinyl grips, and precision cutting blade gives you years of trouble-free performance.
All right, for $50. Let's see if we have a winner. Anywhere from $741 to $761 would be good enough to win today. All right. Let's see, this one comes from Winnie Donlan of 20 Sawyer Road in Beverly, Massachusetts. Her guess is $777. So next week, we go to $100 in our home viewer jackpot. Steve, for weeks we've been building this. It's $1,350 if you knock down those 3 pins, so take a shot at it. Okay. Can you believe that? Is it going to roll over and hit it? No. How about that? Both of you, come on up here. I'm going to see you first because I've been doing for somebody else now for the last 5 weeks. Yeah, and here you are on for the 6th week. Well, listen, you're a great champion, and you had a wonderful run, and you're going to come back again on August 29th, huh? Okay. And we have $300 for you and $150 in bonus money, and our everlasting thanks for 6 straight weeks. Okay? Okay, Danny. Steve, what a performance, huh? On for the first time, and you did it. Oh, I bet it does, sure. There's your big trophy from the Ace Trophy Company. You're our top marksman of the day. You got a $50 gift certificate from True Value. Also, let's see, you have $300 in bonus money plus $700 for winning. Not bad. And somebody you know well is going to be your challenger next week, John Miller. That should be a beauty. Okay. Don Gillis for the whole crew. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.